Alright, so let me show you guys what's up with this K1500 here. So these were the two brake lines that I pulled out. As you can see, it's well, I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but these are just done. They're toast. This was the one that was actually leaking, and that went in this general area right along the frame. And so that obviously had to get replaced. And when that gets replaced, this was the next rustiest one. So that would mean that after this is replaced, this would become the weakest part of the brake system. And by the looks of it, if I stomped on the brakes too hard, this would probably pop a leak too. So I went ahead and replaced this one, just so we can get it all done as long as I'm down here anyway. And the brake lines are connected, they're on there, they're tight, but they're not quite finished yet. And let me show you what I mean. So, crawl back on the creeper and we'll get down here. As you can see, the brake lines are on there, on both ends. This one goes from the splitter to this brake over here. And then this one came up from this rubber hose all the way along the frame and went down there and connected down there. But this is not a finished job yet. Obviously, I'm still going to have to bleed the brakes and flush out the system and all that. But you cannot leave brake lines hanging like this. When the whole suspension flexes and all that stuff, these brake lines will move around and bend and rub against the frame and all that kind of funky, crazy stuff. And they'll wear out faster, and pretty much what ends up happening is you'll just have to come down here and redo it again. So this one's not quite on there right either. They're connected, but what they have to be is secured down so they don't move and vibrate and shake around and rub against the frame or anything else in any way, so they last as long as possible. And it is a good idea to coat, especially the ones that go to the calipers, because this area there's a lot of dirt and dust and salt and water and stuff that's being kicked up. So if you want that to last and if you want it to keep from rusting really quickly, it's a good idea to coat it in something like the one I pulled off here. Let's get back up here. This is the one that went to the brake, and you can see it's actually coated in another coil that just wrapped all the way around it and kind of helped protect it from debris and other things that were getting kicked up. But after 20 years or however long this thing has been on here, it's done. So there's brake fluid to obviously flush out the system with and bleed out the lines and all that. And then the one other issue that I'm going to have to work my way around is this thing right here is the front mount for the fuel tank. And this bolt, upon removal, was so rusted and old and whatever, it actually snapped off. So what I think I'm going to have to do is I'm probably going to have to wire wheel away all that crap and cut it flat, and then probably just have to weld another bolt onto it, so when I stick it back down through here, it'll go down far enough where I actually have something to grab onto. Because right here, flush, hold on, about flush right there is about the size of the tank, so there's really nothing to grab onto down there. So that's my next deal. So slowly but surely, this truck is getting done.